Okay, in this video, so I'll add the edge tape. So I've already divided this edge tape before. It's bigger than this. So you are using your gum. So this is what you do. So you be careful since you have added your glass. You put it at the four sides. So please be careful. Don't allow it to drip in the glass. So I'll try to make I'm not trying to make not to make a mistake, because I want you to learn from any mistake I make. Like, I don't want to make it as if I'm doing it specially. Like, I don't want to be careful now, but when you are creating yours, be careful. But I want you to learn from all my mistakes so that you don't use your own mistakes to learn. So let me assume that I'm doing it recklessly now, so that you learn from my mistake. So you put gum at the four sides. So the gum can dry fast, so because you're not just putting it on this part, you still put it on the edge tape. Put the gum on your edge tape, so you're not just putting it only on one side. So you have to be fast, because if it dries, it will not be sticky anymore. So you have to now add extra gum. So So for this is the last part. Yeah. The last part, you just put it one corner. Then you put gum on your edge tape. Put it on all the sides. So if you're using the full edge tape, I would advise you to cut it. So if you watch the previous tutorial, when I'm doing the frame, before I started adding my pictures on the MVF board for the frameless tutorial, so I show you how you can add your edger tape. So you cut it into two so that you don't waste your gum, because the edge tape is bigger than the MVF board, so it's always better to cut it into two so that you can minimize and manage your material. So after adding this gum, I will put it at the edge of the frame. You see? Yeah. So some people allow it to dry, but if I believe now that this one is would dry faster, I would not allow this to dry more. I'll just put it immediately. So here's what I'll just add it. So let me see. Yeah. So yeah. And since you have added the glass, you just have to be careful so you don't stain it with all your gum stuff. If you want to stain, you can still stain all this part, but don't stain all this 4 corners. Okay. So this way, do it this way. Yes. Remember, you already measured the edge tape. So, in case you find yourself in a situation that the edge tape is not enough, I wouldn't advise you not to measure your board before adding the edge tape and measuring the edge tape that will fit the board perfectly. But in case you find yourself in that situation, you can just continue. Maybe if it stop here, you can cut another edge tape that will just join it. But just make it to be perfect that people will not notice, except they see it closely, they look at it closely before they will notice. So since you just trim this one out, yes. So what we'll do now is just to trim everything. So use your scissors to trim it. Trim it. Yes, you trim all the sides. Trim all the sides. So what you do next is to use the sandpaper to just give it this finishing look. So you still be careful because now there's glass on top. You don't want to like go overboard and it will stain the glass, because this glass is kind of hard to clean. Don't use anything like maybe your hand or something to clean it. So I like to maintain the initial texture of the glass, like how the glass came clean. I want to maintain it without trying to clean it myself. So I want it to be just sparkling. Yes. So this sandpaper just will help you to make everything smooth and natural. Yes. We use something to clean everything. So now, yes. So we can now peel the front of this, but you don't want to peel it now. You want to finish everything. So what you do to sandpaper this side too. Do the same thing. Sandpaper this side, that's the back side. Do the same thing for this side. do the same thing for this side. So you clean everything. What you want to do now is to use your thinner to clean any gum. Like, so the thinner will help you clean every stain, like gum stain and the rest. So so please don't put this thinner in a place that maybe children will see it and they'll think that it's water. Alright, it's not good though. Please don't drink it though. So you see, it's cleaning all these things. It's cleaning all it. And please don't use it to clean your glass. Scatter your glass if you use it to clean your glass. You can try it out though. I don't want to put fear in you. We learn by making mistake. So you can either use the mistake of others to learn, which is cheaper, or use your own mistake, which is more expensive, but it will stick to your brain. Sometimes if we don't make the mistake ourselves, we'll not be calm. So you clean all the four corners. So there's no gum sign. You use gum. Everything is just as if it's AI you use. You prompt it. AI prompting. So what's the next thing to do? So how do your hook can clean all the, like maybe the side parts, like this part now. Clean it. Clean all these parts. There's gum, you clean it, everything should be neat. So after cleaning, what's the next thing to do? If you want to cover this board, sometimes I leave it like this. Most times I leave it like this, but if you want to go extra mile, you can use maybe a white paper that is full. You can just maybe add gum and add gum on. You don't need to add gum on this paper, just add gum on this part, then you paste it, then use your sandpaper to. Can we do that? Let me just show you. Well, this I don't know if I have this paper that is bigger. Let me check. Okay, so like this paper. Okay, so like this paper now, you can use it to you put it on the back of this, but you need to use your gum. So your gum will go for this. How do you do it? You put your gum, put it on top of this. So make sure you put it at the four corners so that the stuff will not peel off. At the four corners, then yes. Now you allow breeze to blow on it small. That to get to a point that it will be very sticky. So we can now add our paper. on it. So don't use this flashy side that is like it's closely. Use this part that is more like a paper kind, because it's very easy for you to like just paste it on it. Then you just, and mind you, this is the same process. So you just paste it on the paper, then use your clothes to just, so mind you, this is the same process you do when this is like, maybe just imagine this is a picture, a real picture. That's the same thing you have to do. Same thing you have to do. You put the gum on the paper first, then on the paper. Now you put on the paper and on the MVF board. Yes. So now all you have to do is just use your sandpaper to cut all these excesses. So you can easily cut it, but you see, same thing you do at the four sides. Do at the four sides. So yes. So what I want to do is to put your hook, and make sure your hook is at the head of your picture. So, and this is the head of the picture. The person's face is like this. So the hook will be at its upside. So that's what I want to do now. So you bring your hook. Some people, this is how they measure their hook. They just do their finger like this. Please don't do that. Use ruler. So that you want to avoid people hanging their pictures and it will be as if it's like 83 degree. You want it to be straight. Everything should be straight. So you should measure. Use a ruler to measure. So this board is 12 inches. Half of 12 inches is 6. Half of 12 is 6. So you mark it. Then this is where you put the hook. So I like to allow my hook to shoot out small, not like much, but small at the top. So that's what I'll do. So you can use your screwdriver to mark that part. So it's easy for you to use your nail. So you use a screwdriver. So for this tutorial, let me use this guy to do it. It's very easy.
Okay, how much? Let me tell you how much I got this. This was bought for around 55,000. This is 55,000. Comes with the charger, come with two batteries, and come with other. It has different mouth, screw mouth. This is not the mouth that we used to do this. Sure. Let me put it now. Okay, see this screw mouth. Then I'll use it to. Use a screwdriver if you don't have this machine. So as I said, this is 55,000. Then like comes with battery, come with the charger, come with different mouths if you want to get it. So I've added the hook. The last but the least thing we'll do now is just to peel off the brown paper on this frame.